paranormal investigators, the thrill and chills of the ghost hunts are half the fun. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. And what we're going to be talking about today. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me. I'm back. I know it's been a really long time. I think it's been about 3 months, honestly. 3 or 4 months at this point. Yeah, I got busy. I moved. I hate moving. Oh my god. I'd literally rather do anything else besides pack up boxes, move to a new place, literally anything else. Which is why I took time to go ghost hunting. Now, let's get into this. I've always been fascinated with the idea of ghosts and ghouls and specters and all that kind of thought. Even when I was young and I experienced my own paranormal activity, the thought and the idea of something not being able to cross over and being stuck here both fascinated me and horrified me all at the same time. So when the unique opportunity came to where I was able to go ghost hunting, well, I jumped on that as fast as I could. Now, since this was my first ghost hunt, I decided to opt into a public ghost hunt, one where you pay some money and they take you someplace and they kind of go, hey, here's the equipment, have fun, don't die. So I decided to go on that, and I decided to drag my friend along with me. Her name is Megan. She's very nice, very tall. She's 5'11". I'm 5'7". So, you know, when you see me panning the camera up, that's not for dramatic effect. That is because there is a major height difference. Now, saying all that, I like doing a little bit things extreme. So they had different categories for the ghost hunts, and I decided to do the 4-hour lockdown. We split between 2 locations. So you're going to see both locations in this video. I ultimately do plan to go on more ghost hunts because I had an absolute blast going. The thrill of just being in a house that you're not familiar with, trying to contact something that may or may not be there, and then getting responses from it. I really like the allure. And so, yeah. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And I can't believe I get to say this again after so many years. My name is SashJo, and this is Seekers & Co. What? Why are you looking at me like that? How you doing?
Good.
You excited?
Sure.
Are you ready to possibly go missing and never be seen again?
Means I don't have to go to work on Monday, sure.
Fair assessment. Alright. So, have you ever been on a ghost hunt before?
I have not. I've done, like, the typical ghost tours where it's kind of like walk around. There's a ghost here, and, they tell you the story of it. But
nothing truly exciting. Just.
I mean, it's interesting stories for sure. I mean, I'd say that, but I wouldn't say hunting.
Fair enough.
Different.
I've never been on a professional ghost hunt either, so this should be interesting. I've done some little things here and there. I used to have a mini series that I did, but that was 8 years ago. So
Gotcha.
Should be fun.
Alrighty.
Let's get it.
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys, has everyone watched the ghost hunting shows?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know some of the equipment. That one in particular, the PSP7 or Spirit Box, is my very favorite piece of ghost hunting equipment. But when you've got it inside of a bag, it likes to turn itself on. We're going to talk about that one. So, ghost hunting is based off of EMF detection, electromagnetic field detection. So, we've got several different ways of detecting electromagnetic fields. This one is your very basic, your very rudimentary, the simplest one there is. This is the dowsing rod. Now, I will tell you that when I first saw dowsing rods, I was like, please, that is so fake. Because they are super easy to fake. Yeah, they're also super easy to get wrong. So, because you know what, it just takes the slightest bit of movement, and it'll move for you. So, and you know what, as much as we think we're going to hold perfectly still when we stand like this, we're not. We're moving just a little bit, and all that movement, that's all it takes to make these move. So, what you're going to do is when you use these, if you are not 55 years old and can get down and up off the ground, I recommend sitting on the floor. If you sit crisscross applesauce, I know I hear you, not happening. I'm not doing it. If you can sit crisscross applesauce, put your elbows on your knees, put your hands together, that is the most stable way that you have of using these, because you need your body to be as perfectly still. But if you're like me and you're not getting down or getting on the ground, because if you do, you're never going to get back up, find yourself a section of wall. Now when you use these, make sure that you're only using the beads, you're only holding onto the beads. You're going to have something to lean on. If there's chairs here, you can sit in a chair too, put your elbows on your knees. And then you're going to put your hands together. You want the dowsing rods to be approximately parallel to the floor. But remember, you're only holding on to beads. You want them to be able to swing as freely as possible, but you don't want to be moving them with your body. So you put your elbows down at your sides, put your hands together to offset your knuckles so that they can swing freely. And then you're going to ask questions. You're going to ask questions like, is there anyone here who would like to communicate with us? If there is, please cross the rods. I just made that happen. I'm very excited. That's the first time I've done that. One of my coworkers can make it happen with ease, and everybody's like, and then he says, I just did that. And I've been trying. So I made it happen. I'm very excited. And I did that intentionally. I just moved one of my fingers. It didn't take much, and it moved. So just know that that can happen. Now, people don't tell you that the hardest part of ghost hunting is figuring out what questions to ask. So be thinking about that. With the dowsing rods, you're kind of limited to what your responses can be. Either yes, no, open the rods for yes, close the rods for no. If you think you're talking to someone of a certain age, you can say open the rods for 20, close the rods for over 20, close the rods for 20 and under, that kind of thing. You have to basically give instruction for what you're looking for when you ask your questions so that they know how to respond to you. So keep thinking about your questions. Now, one thing I want to let you know is that if you're using the dowsing rods, there's a couple things actually. If you're using the dowsing rods and they're working for you, if they're working for you for one person, don't hand them off to someone else. You're going to keep them with the person that they're working with, because generally what happens is you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. You hand it off to someone else and nothing happens. So if they're communicating with you, they want to communicate with you. Let them continue until you get uncomfortable, until you don't want to do it anymore. Also, though, that when you're using them and you're getting responses, the more responses you get, the tighter and tighter you get. It's happened every time. So just know that if you're getting responses and it's kind of, you're getting more and more tight and things are getting really uncomfortable, reset. It's okay. You can reset and get started all over again. Okay? There is a set of dowsing rods for each group. Who wants the pretty pink set? Thank you. I'm a pink girl myself. I don't know if you noticed. There you go. There you go. And there is more here if more than one group would like more than one. Now, so the other pieces of equipment I have for you are also electromagnetic field or EMF detectors. Okay? We have 3 of them. This one is the easiest. The ghost meter. It is our most sensitive. It also has the shortest range. So once it gets to that top of the range, it'll stay with a steady beep. And it may do that in this house. If that annoys you, turn it off. Because it does annoy me, just FYI. So this one, you just turn it on. This one, for some reason, I guess the sound is down or the sound isn't working. These have been, shall we say, well loved. And the manufacturer of these has stopped making them. So we're doing our best to hold on to the ones we got. That's why we've got the rubber band here. And they might be a little bit rough. So just be aware. Let me see if I can find another one that maybe you can hear the beep, although you'll probably hear the beep later. So just know, though, that when it gets to the top of its range, it will just hold a steady pulse. There you go. And so just know that's going to happen. And then this one, where did it go? Right here. This one is the K2 meter. I'm sure you guys have all seen this one. Tell me no one plays Phasmophobia.
I play
I
Phasmophobia.
do. Ghosts aren't going to kill you.
Oh,
Ghosts aren't going to kill you.
I was hoping to get off on Monday.
So,
Well, there's ways.
Phasmophobia is a game that when I first thought, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so real. That's great. They use the K2 meter, they use the millimeter, they use all these things that I know, all these great tools and equipment. And then a ghost killed someone. I was like, oh, not the same. Not the same. So with this one, you're just going to push this button. And this, you're looking, we have a series of 5 lights. Lights up from green all the way up to red. A red is an excellent hit. About halfway up, though, that's okay too. If you get that, you just keep coming towards it. Now with this, you're not going to say, go towards the K2, because they don't necessarily know what a K2 is. But if you say, go towards the green light, they can figure that out. And this, again, is one of those that kind of limits your response. Like, oh, if you're really here, make it light all the way up to red. I've had a lot of good luck with, can you make it light up like a rainbow? It'll make all the colors light up, and it's really pretty. Can you do that? So we've had that. Now we've got this smell meter. This is another EMF detector. It has a power button. You push it and you hold it on long enough to say, this thing is broken. And then it comes on. So it took me years to hone that just right. But it does. It takes a very long time. And it takes just as long to turn it off. So you're like, just long enough for you to think, this can't be right. And there it goes. So this one gives you a reading. There's a couple of readings. This is the EMF field. This is, I think it's in milligauss or something. It's a reading. So you're looking for that reading. And what you're looking for is a spike of 5.0 or more. This one also has a temperature sensor. This one says 85 or 86.2. That seems reasonable. That seems logical. Just know that these are all so well loved. We're able to get replacements for these. So this one happens to be new. But this temperature sensor, not always the greatest. So take that temperature sensor, that reading with a grain of salt. If you feel like you suddenly experience a drop in temperature and this reflects that, then you're probably correct. If, however, all of a sudden it spikes to 5,000 degrees, I promise you, we did not just open a portal to hell. The temperature sensors can be a little faulty. That's what a guy said that. He goes, oh, did we open a portal to hell? I was like, really? You're going to go with that first? Okay. All right. So these, of course, are flashlights. If you don't know how to operate a flashlight, please ask a friend. I'm sure somebody in your group can figure it out. Super easy. So some of these, now this is the PSV7, that one that I just turned off from the other one. My favorite piece of ghost hunting equipment. It allows the spirits to communicate in real time in their real voices. It's wonderful. In one of our other locations, I've had my name said twice.
Oh.
Now remember, my name is Kirsten. It's not something that happens very often. It's not a single syllable word. It's not something easy. I thought I heard it, and both times I didn't say anything because I don't like to influence other people's experiences. So I didn't say anything, but other people told me, yeah, they just said your name. So it hits differently when that happens, I'll tell you. It's like, whoa, okay. So with this one, you're going to hit the power button. Now you need to make sure that it is on FM. Let's see. No. Okay, where is it? There we go. We want it to be on FM because AM has way too many radio stations in our range. So we want it on FM, and then we're going to put it on, let's see, I like it to be 200 and reverse sweep. As you notice, it gets much quieter. So if you've ever seen these on those ghost hunting shows and you think, oh my gosh, that sound is so offensive, it's actually not as bad in person. But this one, because this is so soft, we do have a speaker available. So there is a speaker wire that's still pretty faint. And that's as high up as it'll go. So we might need to not use this particular one. But in this case, this is really cool because you can ask spirits questions and they can respond. So now, remember, what do you do when you meet a person for the very first time?
You introduce yourself.
Yeah. So you're going to do that because you've never been here. I've been here a lot, and I still introduce myself when I get here. So you're going to introduce yourself. And then one way we have of testing to make sure that like if we think we're in contact with someone, if we think we're getting responses, we like to test that. And one of the ways, you'll always, of course, ask them their name. And if you think you've got someone, one way to test it is you tell them, hey, can you say my name? And if they respond with your name, that's a pretty good sign. You actually got somebody there. So keep it going. In that case, your questions are much more unlimited. You can just ask whatever you want to ask and they can tell you. I was in the Jenny Wade birth house, and there was, we believe, the spirit of a young man named Jack Scally. He was Jenny Wade's love interest. And I had heard footsteps walking in the room above my head for the longest time. And so I thought it was him. So I was up there doing an investigation, and I said, my name is Kirsten. I come here a lot. You should see me a lot. And the response I got was a man saying, I know. And I said, is it your footsteps that I hear walking in the room above me? And he said, I think so. Same man. Yeah, it was fantastic. So that's what we're hopeful. We're hopeful to get something like that, and that would be pretty great. And that is all the equipment that we have. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am going to be taking video as well as still pictures. Do I have two of these cameras? Okay. I have plenty of cameras to take still pictures, apparently. Oh no. Okay, yes. I'll be taking video and still pictures. Now, when I'm taking still pictures, I will be using flash. I'm not necessarily trying to get a candid photo of you, but if it happens, it's okay. No big deal. I'm trying to capture the spirits. And then I will be taking video. If you're getting something, if you've got something happening, have one of your people come and get me so that I can film you, because I want to get as much of that on film as possible. We do have a couple of recorders that are going. I'm going to put them one on each floor. The recorders, the idea is to capture any electronic voice phenomenon. I'm going to turn them on, I'm going to tag them, and then we're going to leave them there. Just leave them sitting right where they are. They're pretty sensitive. They can pick up from pretty far away, and I'm going to try to put them in a central location. Because we've got someone listening to every second of audio on these recorders, we want you to use your normal tone of voice. Unless your normal tone of voice is super loud, then maybe tone it down a little bit. But we don't want you whispering, which I know it's kind of you kind of think you're going to whisper because it's going to be quiet and it's going to be dark. But the fact is that our people are going to be listening to every second of audio, and they're going to be listening very intently, and they don't want to hear you say, I have to go to the bathroom. So just use your normal tone of voice. And if something happens, if you make a noise, like for example, in the other location, I was on an investigation. It was just a small group. They'd already investigated before, so they were kind of off on their own. So I decided to do a little pickup around the place, and I saw something that the boys hadn't emptied the trash in a long time. So I got a little irritated with that, so I started grumbling to myself. And then I realized I walked right past the recorder. I was like, oh wait, that was me. Because I don't want them to hear all this grumbling, because that's something that the lady who lived there might have done if they've left a mess. So I was like, no, I was making that noise. So if you make a noise that's unusual, if you drop something, just say, oh, that was me. Okay? All right, I think we're good to go. It is warm here, obviously. I have a hair tie. I'm going to put my hair up and run my hand here for really quick. But don't know that there's much AC here. If there is, I'll crank it up. I heard that there's a fan in one of the windows upstairs. We can open up both sides and kind of get some of that air going through. There are air conditioning units in the windows in the other location, so if this gets too uncomfortable, we'll just move over there. I did let people know that did let the folks know that they're that where we were going to be for our first location. So if those other people, if the stragglers show up, they might come here. So don't freak out if someone comes to the door. I'm going to set you guys loose. I'm going to go back downstairs and grab my phone because I left it out in my car. Sorry, I'm a tour guide. I did 3 tours in a row today. My voice is a little tired.
I do have a question. So, how did you tell that this place was haunted? Like, how do you know that?
That's a good thing to tell. So, this is a Civil War era building. Now, this building does not have the Civil War era tag, but it was built in 1863. Evidently, getting the tag is actually pretty pricey. But I met with the owner when we opened up this place as a paranormal investigation location. He actually also owns the other spot. So this is part of the same building, 2 different units in the same building. And he told us how there was a gentleman who lived here. Now, you'll see, it's a weird space. It's a weird space. I mean, there's a conference room. Why is there a conference room? But that's just because I think the guy put the furniture here. But there is an exit sign. Okay? There's a cutout. This is the bathroom, by the way. If you need to use the bathroom, we have bathrooms in both of our locations. This is the bathroom. There's a window to the bathroom. Why is there a window to the bathroom? It's very weird. The bathroom you'll see is very odd as well. But there's an exit sign. There's like a cutout, like a service window, like someone says, here, hi, can I help you? Kind of thing. So this space has had some different iterations. But at one point there was a gentleman living here. The gentleman had some problems with alcohol. He was out and about in the town. He had drunk himself to a stupor, and he fell asleep on the railroad tracks. And as you can imagine, he got hit by a train. and he was very gravely injured. He was in a coma for a long time. And so the owner of the building, helping out his tenant, he came here to take care of the person's cat. Okay? And when he was here, he felt like he was never alone. Now, he really thought that that man was going to die because his injuries were terrible. He was sure that man was going to die. Whenever he felt someone here, he thought it was that man. Because, you know, this guy's going to die. Maybe he's already dead. He's in a coma. Maybe he's already dead. Maybe he's here. Well, that man survived. And he was in the hospital for quite some time. And even when he was out of his coma, when the owner would come to feed the cats, he still felt like he was not alone. So we know there's someone here. It's a Civil War era building. It definitely could be just about anybody. When on my first investigation here, we actually got the name of the lady next door. Because there was a lady that was killed over there. We'll get to that story when we get over there. So, I don't know if you know, she has access. I don't know how that works. But I know that it is very active. It's a very active location. We get all kinds of things. So if you get anything interesting, if you get any names, let me know. I'm going to put them in my phone when I go get it. And so I can keep track. We're still trying to figure out who it is. But like I said, this building's been around since 1863. It could be any number of people. So, all right. I'm going to get things set up on the recorders. Then I'm going to run out and grab my phone, and I will be right back. I'm going to put those. So we have this main floor. Like I said, it's kind of a weird setup. Feel free to explore. This is the bathroom. When you go up this way, take a left. It's kind of all the way tucked in a corner. The light is, I believe, over the sink, which you have to walk past this weird standing shower. So check it out. It's a very weird situation, but if you need to use the bathroom, you definitely gonna want to use it. The stairs have been painted silver.
Oh.
That's fun. Yeah. So, and upstairs in the first bedroom, I think it's still there, is a Bowflex. Yeah. So I think I might get in a workout before you're going to please don't use the Bowflex. The closets, most of them appear like they were at one point part of a stairwell. The closets are unusual. So it could be because this was all one space and then they converted it. The closets are where the stairwells ended, or they put the closets in front of the stairwell. I don't know. It's very weird. So you'll see. I mean, they're not quite stairs because they're really big, but you'll see. It's just very odd. So if you have any questions, let me know. Each group can grab a bag of equipment, and then we'll leave the extra bags sitting here. If you don't remember how to set up your PSB7, because every time you turn it off, it forgets the sweep part. It should keep the rate, but it forgets the sweep part. I didn't look at them all. I don't know what rates they're all at. But if you need help setting that up, just let me know. And we're good to go. Okay, we're going to go lights out. I recommend you take a flashlight. It looks like there is enough in each bag for each person to have one. I have a couple of my own. I have fallen twice on investigations, not here, but in other places, and it was because I didn't turn on my flashlight. So, you think I would have figured it out the first time, but apparently not.
How do you use this? No, I'm kidding. I'm old enough.
So, yeah, and then we've got, like I said, we've got extra bags. So, I'm going to go ahead and set these up, and then I'll be right back. And there's two doors. This door goes to
I can see you already get in over there.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think it was like a doctor's office or something. That is the bathroom. I'm going to run this upstairs and I'll be right back. Yeah, here it is.
I think that's the smoke detector, so don't start any fires.
Well, I like the pictures of Jesus. Smell a little.
Oh yeah, the weird closet.
Jesus protect us. Falling by.
If you do these things, go to haunt the place.
I will. Why would I want to haunt this place? I'll go back home. What do we got here? Oh, the Constitution. Hello there. Is that the Sony XM? What you got there?
Yeah.
Is the Sony?
The night shot one, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I want one of those so bad.
It's the first time I've used the night shot.
Oh.
Actually, I'm actually more of a Bigfoot guy, so
Oh,
it's my first time for it.
fair enough. I usually do urban exploration, so this is a little different for me. Alright. Go in the closet?
Do I like to go in a closet? What a question.
That's the exit.
Okay, no, but I'll go ahead and do this. That is a closet.
So fire from those meters. See, fire from these
Let's go upstairs.
That is a weird bathroom.
Take a spooky dookie.
Oh, I didn't want to use that bathroom.
That is very small. Go upstairs. That's a shower right there.
I know, that's the shower.
Alright.
I'm already
Is there anyone here?
gotta tell them to move the rods.
You'll see a pair of rods in front of you.
He's very rude. He forgot to introduce himself. My name's Megan.
My name is Ender.
I've never tried to talk to a ghost before.
And neither have I.
But if you are here, please move these little sticks in front of you. That's it. To be honest, I don't like talking to a lot of people either.
If you'll notice those two little rods right in front of you, can you make those cross for us, please? If there's someone here with us right now.
So I guess taking all of my energy just to be steady and not accidentally move it. I mean, they wiggle a little bit,
Right.
but they're not swinging, so I feel like that's fun.
Maybe we should try something different. What's in the bag of mysteries?
We got this thing.
Get a K2 meter.
Those will be a very light green.
Yeah.
No activity.
If someone's here, can you approach us and make that light dance for us?
Make this light be red or yellow.
Puts it on the Bowflex.
Purple's not an option. That's the color I would pick. And yeah, so far I play with that.
Why don't you make the colors jump for us? We just want to know that you're here.
Bring out my little sticks again. I'm not doing a very good job these days.
You find all of this tedious and annoying. How about you cross those wands for us?
Are you asking me or the ghost?
Either or. Ooh. Crazy.
That was me.
Wow.
I don't know how to make small talk with this.
If there's someone here with us, can you make the wands cross? If you can't do that, can you at least touch the device there?
Little box with a green light.
Can you make that turn other colors? Do you want me on the camera and I can give it a shot?
Sure.
Alright.
How do I man this camera?
That's the best way to do it. If it's not working for some person, one person switch it out.
Alright. Trade locations. Recording.
Just make sure you're in the frame. Is I assume that's what you mean?
Yeah. Alright. If there's someone here, can you cross these wands?
I won't be offended you didn't do it for me.
You're not here to harm or disrespect you in any way.
We just want to talk to someone.
We just want to hear your story.
If you would cross these wands.
Hear what happened.
Go ahead, tell them.
I'm making the tips touch.
Alright.
Are you sure you didn't do that?
I don't know, honestly.
Because you don't have your elbows on your knees and you're not interlocking your knuckles.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Ow. I hit myself.
I was told that was the technique. But then again, I was only told that 15 minutes ago. So, maybe not.
If there's someone here, can you cross these wands again, please? We're just making sure there's someone here. If you see right there on that seat, there is a little device. If you could just make that jump up to 1, that's great. But if you can make it jump up to all of them, that's fantastic.
Can you move a little closer to it?
You can't do that. Can you please cross these wands that I'm holding in my hand?
A little bit closer, maybe like a whole
Just to show that you're here. They did say it was the Civil War, but maybe. If you're a soldier, could you cross these wands? If you're a civilian, could you cross these wands?
If you are a wife that worked day and night, taking care of your children.
And
I'm
if you're,
sorry for the bathroom downstairs in its current state.
yeah, the bathroom's not great, is it?
Are you a male or are you a female?
I'm sorry the world has changed a lot.
Well, maybe for the better, or for the worse. I would say for the better for that time period to know. If there's someone here, can you please cross these wands? These wands that I'm holding in my hand. All I'm asking is that you cross them. Let's move on to this bad boy. Let's see if this works.
That's a speaker.
I know.
Okay.
I know it's speaking. I'm not,
Let you know it doesn't do
not
anything.
silly. It's cold against this wall.
If there's anyone here, can you say my name or my friend's name here?
Kind of keep you in frame, but also keep the box in frame then.
Yeah.
Just in case it shows colors, I don't want to catch it. You know? So I hope you know that you're not centered.
That's
I guess
fine.
is what I'm saying.
I don't need to be the center of attention all the time.
We got the camera in the left corner, we got the meter there. And on the right side, I got you.
Try to see how to turn this on. I wasn't paying attention. You may hear that we have a faulty guy.
My name is Derek, this is Jill. Just came here to
did say that they're having some stuff going on in the kitchen. We could go down there and see if there's something going on.
If you want to.
Let's do it. You ever seen super steep stairs? That's what these are.
How you guys doing?
We're not touching anything. We're having an issue with the
Spirit box.
spirit box.
Okay, what's going on with it?
It's just not sweeping. No sound.
Okay, do you have a speaker in there?
Yes.
So plug in the speaker. Because some of our spirit
We did,
boxes.
but it wasn't working. So.
Okay, so then let's get you a different one.
Okay. Is there anyone here in this conference room?
The conference room is surprisingly active.
Okay.
So yeah, don't be surprised if you get a response.
Anything that should have been an email instead of this.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's hog-worthy. I would want people for that.
We were just upstairs. Nothing was hitting. Maybe you're down here and you just want to get away from everyone. I understand that. So, my name is Xander. My friend here's name is Megan.
Hello.
What's your name? Is there any way for you to say one of our names?
That didn't sound like a good sound.
No. Did you own this house at one point?
I bet it was a lovely house before all the changes and renovations.
Yeah, I think it was. It's a very large space.
Were you a soldier or were you a civilian?
It always intrigues me when that happens because that's not normal.
Did you live here for a long time? Maybe have a family and raised your kids here?
Are you a man or a woman? Sounded like man.
And if we're wrong, we apologize.
Well, the good news is you guys are filming, so anything that you have questions about, you can always look back at your video, replay it, and see if you can
Yeah.
identify it a little bit more.
I don't know why.
Ooh, well, we were both filming on
Sounded
that.
like watching.
Yeah, that was something. I didn't hear it. That definitely was a very clear voice with two
Yeah.
syllables.
I'm sure this is going in reverse. Yeah, it's going in reverse. Okay. Did you want us to watch something? Show us something?
We're ready for you to make stuff happen. Let's do it.
Here, how about I pull you out a seat? You can sit next to me. It's chilly right here.
Is it?
Yeah. There's this little device right here in front of us. If you wouldn't mind flicking this to a different color if you can. I'm cold.
Really? That's nice. I'd like to be cold. Can you come sit by me? No. All you need to do is touch that green light. That's the same voice.
It is. It's gonna
Okay, we
say,
need to stop talking.
do you recognize anyone at this table? We're not here out of disrespect. We're just curious about you. We just want to know we just want to know as much as we can about what's going on in this house. Like I said, you could come here, sit down next to us. We can just have a chat. Bert, you've lived in Pennsylvania longer than I have. Confederates and Union in this town, do you know? With like fighting. Yeah? Oh.
That's all my Pennsylvania feels they fight.
If you were a soldier, were you Confederate or Union? If you were a civilian, Confederate or Union?
I might have went back. It's been 200 years since this house was built.
You never know, someone could still be angry.
What do you think of the price of gas these days? Did you have any family here? Your parents, grandparents, wife, kids? Or did you live here alone?
It's definitely cold right here still.
What do you think of this temperature? I mean, take a look at the salt, but it does show something
Yeah.
there. We're really glad that you're here talking with us. And if you were alive today, I would take you out for dinner.
How many people are in this house? If there's anything you would like to tell us, we're here to listen.
Could you maybe tell us your name?
What's your name?
But that is a really strong family name.
If you want to, could you sit next to me and turn on this device so as far as you can make it reach? I'm like, give me.
You can have it if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, take it. There's a lot of electronics here if you want to use any of these to gather power. You can also use any of our energy. Did you hear that? Oh, it sounded like a little kid's voice.
Is there a kid here? Can I show you a picture of my cat? If I was dead, I would love to see pictures. I'm just saying. That would make me.
5? Are there 5 spirits in this house?
More than cats.
If there are 5 spirits in this house, could you activate this device right here and make it go up? Just make the dance, like make the lights dance. Play with these. We'll keep that going. If there's someone here, can you cross these rods in my hands? Alright, thank you. Let's try this like this. If there's someone here, can you do it again? Just asking you to cross the rods or touch the light, whichever one you choose.
If you want to see pictures of my cat, ask the steps.
That, I don't know, it's probably, what's that thing called? I'll throw it up on the screen when I remember what it's
We'll
called.
fix this in post. So we'll fix this in post.
Yeah. So there's this phenomenon. Yeah. There's this phenomenon where like you think you see a face in something, you think you hear a voice, you think you hear something. It sounded like I was shot. That's what I'm getting at. It sounded like a female voice saying I was shot.
Now there's a female here? That was shot.
That's what it sounded like.
I thought that was scary.
Is that true? If that's true, can you light this up, please? We heard that there was a man living here. Could you give us a sign that you're here? Why don't you come sit down? You can touch this light for us if you're here. So I'd use it.
Maybe they're open. Maybe not today's music. Today's music is awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
I feel cold. I feel cold. Yeah. Like it feels like every once in a while, like something would like touch my shoulders, like a cold feeling.
You're not under a bench.
Huh?
You're not under a bench. You know, they might even have something like that.
No, I mean, there's a light breeze outside, but it doesn't seem like the doors. Do they have the windows open? Huh? Everything's out of focus, is what you said?
Every now and then it does.
Yeah. It could be someone sitting in front of you. Are you in the room with us? If you're in the room with us, could you take a seat next to me and flash this light here? It goes from green to red. Just flick it as hard as you can, whatever color that you can.
Anthony,
I mean, it's going fast, so that could have been something like that. That was a long name, Anthony.
Is your name Anthony?
If your name is Anthony, could you light this up for us, please? That sounded like a train horn, didn't it? Are you the man that died on the train tracks? Anthony, are you here with us? If your name is Anthony, could you light up this device right here? The device I'm holding in my hand? It is asking you to... I mean, you could flick it up to this one right here, or yellow. I'm not asking for too much. Oh. Could you do that again for us? That was great. Could you do it again for us? The phrase I was looking for was pareidolia. Less than an hour on that?
What are you guys doing?
So we got a name.
What do you say?
Anthony.
Anthony, okay.
Yeah. We asked if he could touch this and inflict it to the second green light. But I mean, like, when it comes to this, it's going so fast that like anything coming through is something.
Right. I mean, the radio stations will come through, but you can usually tell because it's almost always singing music.
Yeah, this is a straight name.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. It was probably a little bit longer than your typical interval, right?
Yeah.
More than just
It was like a little like anthem.
Yeah, that's what
So.
you're looking for. That's impressive that it's like Anthony, 3 syllables. So yeah.
And then we've been getting for like, I don't want to, and asking for touching stuff, and like, I don't feel like it. So
Yeah, we got a note back there when they asked, can you tell us how many people are in the room? And they're going to say, nope. Okay, we've got a lazy ghost. All right.
How about you, Anthony? Can you tell us how many?
They're getting hits on the K2. There's sometimes it kind of flash all the way up to red, but just really quick. And then when they asked it to do it again, it wouldn't do it again. So yeah, they're kind of messing with us, which again is typical.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. If you're undead, that's what you should do. I am.
That's what I heard too. Really? Really?
You're doing a great job of it.
Anthony, could you tell us how many spirits are in this house? Do you want to switch spots? You're good?
Like I said, I don't know what to say to living people, but when they small talk with ghosts. No offense, I'm just shy. I don't have a lot to say.
If there's someone here, can you tell me what this symbol is on my hat? Gotta turn that off. And we're just gonna place this bad boy right in front of us. If there's someone here, can you turn this device from this color, that was me, from this color all the way up to red, or as far as you can make it go? Whatever you're more comfortable doing. If there's someone here, can you cross these wands? Anthony, are you still here? If you are, cross these wands. Or touch the device right there on the table. If there's someone else besides Anthony, could you cross these wands? If you can't cross the wands, can you at least touch the device in front of you? If you're a man, can you cross the wands? If you're a woman, could you cross the wands? If you're a child, could you cross the wands? If you're a cat, could you cross the wands?
Or better yet, knock something off the table.
That would be, yeah, if you
Your
could,
pick.
if you could knock something off this table, or maybe tap. Oh, we got someone here.
Did you order a pizza?
Yeah, a ghost pizza.
Make the lights light up if you're against ham and pineapple.
Don't say that. It's good. Hawaiian pizza is really good. I don't want to hear slander about Hawaiian pizza. Not Hawaiian pizza. We seem to be getting a lot more hits with this. I'm gonna, yeah, the spirit box. I'm still gonna put this right here. Move this away.
Why it keeps going out of focus? That's because you're moving so much, or what?
I don't think it would. I think it would just continue to focus on one location, but I don't know.
Because I mean, I'm not moving it.
Right. It's a spirit in front of the camera. That's what it is.
But I mean, it is weird. I mean, when we had the spirit box out, we were pretty scared.
We're back to this device because we seem to have gotten better results. Correct.
Yeah.
That wasn't unusual. That sounded like a female voice. I like that one.
Is there a female here with us? What's her name?
In case you're someone new, my name's Megan.
My name is Xander. We're just here to talk.
Well, I'm not here for listening. I'm hoping you'll talk.
Did you live in this house? Did you live in the area? Are you from the north? You from the Mason-Dixon?
Look it up.
I heard alcohol.
I mean, I could use a drink. Would you like a drink?
Were you the man that drank and died on the railroad tracks?
Would you like beer or whiskey?
What about brandy? Would you like some brandy?
Some moonshine?
Some good corn liquor?
On board.
I'm on board. They're like, yeah, bring it all. Well, maybe you can sit down and chat with us for a while. Maybe I'll do something for you. Just sit right here and activate this device and make it shoot up as far as you can. Maybe someone could bring you some brandy. Some good corn liquor. If there's someone here, can you give us a sign? We gave you our names. Could you say one of our names? Once again, I'm Xander.
I'm Megan.
Can you say the name Megan or Xander? Do you like us being in your house? Is this even your house? Who am I speaking to? Whoever's here with us, could you make this device go off? I also have this device right here. Could you make this flash for us?
Just try touching it.
Yeah, just as much as you want. Even if it's just, you don't know. No, it's okay. It's not. None of this equipment here is going to harm you. None of it here is going to hurt you. None of it here is going to harm you. We just want you to touch one of these devices.
It'll light up and let us know you're there.
We just want you to touch one of these devices, either the one in my hand or the one that's right next to me. Either take this one in my hand and grab it and flick the needle all the way to the red, or touch the device there on the table and make that one go to red. Whichever one you feel more comfortable doing. Can you give us a name? Anthony, if you're there, could you make this flicker on? Maybe touch the device right there. If you can, please do so now. Who do you like at this? Who do you like at this table more, Megan or me? Sound like Megan again. Can you say that more clear? If you like Megan, could you make this light up? See that like flicker over there? If you like me, could you make this light up? The device right here. It won't hurt either of our feelings. I don't know.
Guys, about ready to head over to our second location.
Bye, Anthony.
Goodbye, Anthony. Be funny if we got a goodbye. Alright. There's a little red button there behind the lights. If you see it. Look like it.
We can turn on the lights really quick. Watch your eyes, we're gonna turn on the lights. Alright, I'm gonna reset these.
Hey, yo. Are those orbs or bugs you call it?
So there's a lot of dust in this building. Alright, this is Kirsten. It is Saturday, August 12th. We are doing the paranormal lockdown. We are at our second location, which is the murder house. One of the batteries are going to die soon, so if it cuts off, if there's a third file, that's why. I'm going to place these different places. So the story about this place is, well, first of all, it's a little bigger, a little more room to spread out. No weird gold or silver painted stairs, so that's always fun. A young woman was killed here in 1985. So, a couple different ways we can address that. I can tell you her story now so you know who you're talking to, or I can wait to see if you guys figured out, looks like that's what you want to do, kind of like a murder mystery.
Verification, yeah.
Yeah, so I won't tell you anything about her, okay? See if you can figure it out, and then in about an hour I'll gather you together and I'll tell you her story, and then you guys can further investigate to see if you can find out what happened.
You know her name and everything? You
Know her name, we know her name, we know what happened, we know what happened to the man who killed her. So, yeah, it was 1985. So, but she's not the only spirit here. The upstairs, there seems to be, the dominating spirits seem to be Civil War era. I think there's a little boy in the room directly above me. The first room when you get upstairs, my very first paranormal experience on investigation, I was going into that first room. And there was a bunch of people, so I was watching. And the rooms are connected. Two of these rooms are connected by a connecting door. And so I was kind of looking for people who was standing in that doorway. Now, someone had just went, like a minute or two before, had gone into the next room, okay? And so I expected there was a little bit of air movement, but it had been long enough for me to think that that air movement must have ceased. And yet that door, what I was standing right by, closed on me. Not just a little bit though, because there's a sweet spot on the door. If you pull the door to a certain level, it will swing closed. If you have it before that, it'll stay open. But this actually came at me with such force that I actually had a bruise on my arm. So someone didn't want me in that room at that time.
Which room is this?
It's the first room when you go upstairs, the first room that you see when you go up there. There's another AC unit up there. If it's not on, you guys want to turn it on, feel free. It might be kind of loud though, just FYI. Now there are cameras going, they're not recording right now. And if you look, I know you mentioned it, you can see a lot of orbs. This is a Civil War era building. There's a lot of dust. And I did see some bugs when we were coming in. There was a ladybug who joined us, so you might be seeing that ladybug. So don't forget, if you see an orb on here, it's probably nothing. But we have the entire main floor. The stairs look nice and creepy. There's really nothing down there other than an entrance out to Baltimore Street. And then upstairs there are 3 rooms. The bathroom is the door with the frosted glass right there next to me. Though, if you want to use that, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little less weird than the other place. So I'm going to let you guys go. Now be mindful of the cameras, because for whatever reason, people like to put their butt right in front of them. So just be aware of where they are. Don't do this. I mean, unless you really want to. I mean, you do you, right? So, any questions?
Just one last, do you know where the body was found?
Yep. She actually, yes, I do know. She didn't die right away. So, we do know almost everything that happened.
Okay.
So, okay. All right, now keep in mind because there is some weird electrical stuff here. If you can see, we've got some old, like this is a push button light. So we've got some old electrical stuff here. So just be aware that if you're getting something, an EMF reading that seems a little high, try to suss out where it came from. It could just be from an outlet, from a fixture. So always look for that. Also in the middle of the dining room floor, and I know that the gentleman is here because someone saw him pull up in his white truck, that when he turns on a light down there, it's what I think happens. It makes the EMF in the middle of the dining room floor go like crazy. Nothing paranormal, it's just the light. Okay? All right, I'm gonna go lights out. Leave this one down here.
Where to?
Wherever you want to go.
Alright. Oh my goodness, it is warm as hell out here.
Yeah, I think that AC unit probably is not on.
Alright, let's see which room has the worst energy in it, because it feels like shit.
Yeah.
Oop.
I'm going to.
Oh look, there's a camera right there. Do you feel that?
Feel what?
It's like,
Muggy.
yeah, but like, my heart's racing a little.
Just you, man.
Mm.
My mom says I can get you on fire. Just turn the AC on. So hopefully it'll
This
turn
way.
on during this room.
This room.
The AC unit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't judge. I would too.
Nah, it's the energy in this room is weird.
So, interestingly enough, a few years ago, there was a guy coming through. He had booked an investigation. He was here by himself. He was the only one on the investigation. Nobody really wanted to do it because we didn't want to just do it with one guy. Our lead investigator, he kind of bailed out, and so I was like, let me talk to the guy. Turns out he was a military guy, just going from one base to the other. He couldn't switch his dates because he was PCS, or he was TDY between two bases. So I was like, okay. As a veteran myself, I was like, all right, I got it. He didn't give me any creepy vibes, so I was like, okay. So I went ahead and did his investigation, and we came here. And it was one of those where I said, you want to investigate by yourself? Great. If you want me to come with you, we can do it either way. We can investigate together, you can do it yourself. So we did a little bit of both. But at one point, we were up here in this bedroom in the back here. It was just him and I, and we wanted to get a feel for the room. So we had the door closed. We were both sitting on the floor. I was against one wall, he was against the other. And I heard what sounded like a bunch of people coming up the stairs. Now, I didn't say anything because I try not to say anything. I don't want to influence other people's experiences, so I didn't say anything. But the guy turns to me and goes, hey, I think the other investigation's here. I was like, no, there isn't another investigation, because if there had been, you'd have been on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's all kinds of different activity up here, so just be aware of that.
I don't know. For some reason, this room is making me feel panicky.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Okay. That could be. Like I said, we get all kinds of different activity up here. For me, this is the door that got closed on me.
Okay. Yeah, like coming up the stairs, I was fine, and then once I hit like the top stair, it was a wave of anxiety just hitting me.
I appreciate that you're not running from your anxiety. You're like, hey, let's go for it.
No, I want to know why I feel
right.
like that.
Exactly. Human instinct is to be like, no, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Leave. So I appreciate that you're like confronting it so you can figure out what that is, because clearly it's something different.
Yeah.
So, well, let me know if you
Well,
need
it's fear. I feel fear.
Right.
Like someone's coming for me.
Right. And who wants to let fear rule their lives?
Right.
Not me. I hear you. So yeah, and you want to know whose fear are you feeling? Is it your fear, or is it someone else's that they're giving to you?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
How's about a rubber band? Should we get the box out first?
Yeah.
Jason.
Hello. My name is Xander.
My name is Megan.
We're just here to talk and listen. We have this little device here.
Right now it has a green light on it, but if you come over and touch it, you might see that it goes up to yellow or red, and that would just let us know that you're here.
If you can flick that to red, we would very much appreciate it.
So you want to do the sound box too?
Yeah, let's do the sound box. So. Yeah. Okay. Speak in reverse. Should we connect up to the amplifier?
To what?
It's an amplifier.
Oh, this is?
Yeah. See that little cord right there?
Where do you go to record?
Probably be the,
There's a headphone jack and then there's a spout.
let's do a headphone jack.
Headphone jack or what? If there's anybody in here with us, can you please say hello? Maybe tell us your name.
We heard that a woman tragically lost her life here.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping? We're sorry to hear that happen. We just want to ask you questions. That sounded like I'm here.
Can you tell us your name? My name's Megan.
If someone is here, can you make that flash real quick for us?
It's weird when it just goes out.
Yeah. Can you tell us your name?
Did you live here very long? Did you have a husband, kids?
We heard that you slammed one of these doors, specifically this door, on our host,
Thursday.
Kirsten. Could you close that door for us? Could you make a noise for us? All we want to do is talk and listen. But if there's someone here, we would like to know. Oh, it's my house. Like my house. If you are here, can you flip that light to red?
You can play a little game. See if you can come over here and touch this, and see if you can make the light change color.
We're not trying to patronize you. This is the only way we can talk to you because we can't see you. Could you close one of these doors? That was weird. We put the device right there in the middle of the room. All we're asking is that you light it up for us. That said get out. That said get out of here. We'll leave as soon as we have enough answers. If you want us to leave, make that light up. We're just here to talk, that's all. Can you give us your name? Can you say one of our names? Her name is Megan. My name is Xander. Can you say one of our names? No use. Can you see us right now?
It's crazy to think. I was born 1 year after we died.
That's crazy. So we got a very clear get out.
Right. That's something we get often. Is it because someone wants you to get out, or is it because people are expecting to hear that? That might be a bit of it too, because we get it all the time. But there's never, but I have never actually heard it myself. So I don't know. I know that we've never had any issue staying past the time people say get out. So, and to be honest, what happens fairly often is when people are ready to leave, and it's before the time that their door is up, they'll start hearing that kind of thing. And I know they're ready to leave because they keep asking them, do you want us to leave? Do you want us to leave? Should we leave? Do you want us to get out of here? They ask it a bunch of times, so I know they're ready to leave. But again, like I said, you get it almost every investigation. Nothing has ever happened. I think it's just them trying to be like, hey, you're in my space, can you back off? But they have the option of responding to us if they want to. So. We also heard downstairs, we heard me, but I know that it was, the next words would have been, if we stayed on the radio station, would have been, I'm the problem snake. No, it was Taylor. No doubt.
We also got a name and then
What did you get?
Matthew.
Okay, that's not one that I know.
And then housekeeping. So
Housekeeping,
that was
oh.
fun.
Okay, that wouldn't surprise me because I feel like there might have been some animosity between the two parties that lived here. Probably wouldn't surprise me because, you know, whenever two people live together, there's always some housekeeping issues. So that could very well be.
The one thing I want to clarify about that get out, it wasn't just like get out, it was like get out. Like it was like
Yeah,
an
and they
angry-
tend to do that.
Yeah.
That tends to be what we hear. And if it makes you uncomfortable, you know, feel free to come on downstairs. But for the most part, I think that's their intent.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, I'm a big scary ghost.
Yeah.
But, you know, we tell them, and I think they forget, I don't know how it works for them, but we do try to tell them, we're not here to hurt anyone.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, we're just here to
Yeah.
communicate. And they usually open up after that. Would you like any hints about the location of the desk in this building?
I'll take one.
Huh?
I'll take one.
Okay. Was that a child?
That was a child.
We heard that downstairs too.
Oh,
We'll go check on them and see if they heard a child. I've never heard a child in here before, in this space before, but I've heard it 3 times. That makes me a little nervous. Like, where's the child?
Who's watching this?
It happened on the main floor. Okay?
I say we do a little bit more exploring and then we go to the main floor. What do you think so far?
It's interesting. I said it's interesting.
I like to sleep.
Don't worry. We got that on camera. Terrible shape.
Yeah. No one wants to live in a murder house. Alright.
I think someone's in the room over there to the right. Maybe not.
Someone in here? No?
Nope. Alright, I just made that up.
No, I know who you're talking about. I think they left.
Ah, okay.
Alright. Yes.
Is there someone in this room that likes to smoke? You found your cigarette.
Lucky us.
I don't smoke.
All right. So once again, hello. My name is Alexander. This is Megan.
Hello.
We're just here to chat. So I'm like, hello. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Could you tell us your name?
There's a female voice. We have this device right here in the middle of the floor. If you wouldn't mind lighting it up, just so we know you're here. None of the devices that we have in this room will hurt you. It's just a simple way for us to communicate with you because we can't see you. Can you tell us your name? Can you maybe say one of our names?
We heard there might be a small kid in this house. Are you in this room?
Are there any children in this house? If there are, could you touch this device in the middle of the floor and cause it to light up? It's going in reverse, right? Yeah, it is. We heard a kid's voice in the other room. Were there children in this house at one point? Everything. The whole family were in this house at one point? Were you married? Can you close this door here to show that you're here? Give us a sign that you're in this room. Diane? Maybe?
Is Diane your name?
After getting the name Diane, the spirit talker stopped communicating with us, so we decided to rejoin the rest of the group downstairs.
So I don't know what kind of perfume she wore, but that is not something that I heard specifically, but Gettysburg is known for their camera smell, so good job.
Okay.
The little kid's visiting?
Okay.
Okay, I don't think visiting. I think he's moving on.
Yeah,
do your investigation if you want to go check out other places.
We were hearing a lot of guttural noises upstairs coming through from the spirit box.
Maybe what the heck with you being up there, huh?
Yeah, well, then we heard female's voice that said monsters. So,
Interesting. Because
what?
Oh, so I heard Diana.
the person
Oh, yeah,
that
we-
haunts, what?
We also heard her name Diane.
Diane.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a name I know. But she typically, I mean, she is throughout the entire house, our primary spirit. She is typically throughout the house. And we'll get people getting similar responses at the same exact time. So I don't know how it works on the other side. But clearly they can communicate in different places at the same time. But upstairs, there does seem to be different spirits that dominate up there. She tends to be down here on the main floor. So it doesn't surprise me that you weren't hearing her too much up there, but that she was up there kind of piping up, well, these guys are monsters. That seems like something that she would say.
Is your name Diane?
There were a couple times when I was asking what their name was, and it sounded like a deep, like a guttural, like voice. I don't know, I couldn't understand. Like,
So weird.
How sure are you that you heard Diane? Could it have been another name that started with a D?
It was pretty clear. Yeah.
What about Deborah?
It could have been Deborah. It was definitely a multi-syllable name.
And starting with a D, her
Yeah.
D sound? Yeah. So her name was Deborah. Or Debbie.
Are you here right now?
Can you tell us where it happened?
Also, just FYI, she's a big fan of music. She likes Stevie Nicks, Sliding Slide is one of her favorites. I have seen the K2 dance to Michael Jackson's Thriller. That was pretty cool.
Boo.
Is your name Deborah?
That was so weird when that happened.
Have we talked with Deborah?
Why don't we put this on pause for a minute? I'll get the other folks and then I'll tell you her story. And then you guys can go from there.
alright. That's me.
There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the lights. So
We got
prepare your eyes. It's not much light, but it seems so bright.
Megan died.
I mean,
The floor just feels nice.
yes. The floor is nice and cool. It's cooler down here. Yeah, you guys were upstairs for a long time.
Yeah, she was laying there.
So, the young lady who lived here was Deborah Harmon. I believe she was 32 at the time she was killed in 1985. She and her boyfriend Donald Painter, they both lived here. They went out on the town. They decided to, go hit some bars here in Gettysburg because Gettysburg has a decent nightlife. And so they were out having a good time, and some guy started hitting on Deb. And Donald thought that was really rude and disrespectful. I mean, he's right there, clearly together with her. These guys were hitting on her. He had a bit of a temper, so he kind of called out those guys. He says, "You want to step outside?" And the guy said, "Sure." There's two guys and Donald. So they stepped outside, and those guys beat the crap out of Donald. They did. And he was mad. He was livid. He was really upset. So he came home. came back to the house and he got his weapon. He got his rifle all loaded and he was ready to head out and he was going to shoot those guys. And Deb tried to stop him. She stood by the exit of the kitchen. He was going to go out this way. So she stood by the kitchen door and she tried to stop him and he shot her.
It sounded like I was shot. That's what I'm getting at. Is it through the? It sounded like a female voice saying I was shot. That's what it sounded like.
Now, he claimed it was accidental. Okay, she fell. She fell right there, and then she dragged herself into the dining room. And I think that might have been before 911. It took some time for the police to get here. By the time they got her, it was too late. She had passed away in the middle of the dining room floor. Donald was immediately arrested. He was arrested, and he was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. So he served 8 years, and then he got out. And then he moved away. Now, recently, I'd been in the dining room, and I'd been getting something, and it was a man, and he sounded angry, and he sounded like a jerk. And he kept saying the name Donald, which is, of course, the name of her boyfriend. It was also the name of her father. So we've gotten a Donald in the past. But as far as we knew, Donald Painter was still living. And so, but when I got this other Donald, he sounded angry, and so I Googled. And I am not 100% certain it was the same guy because there kind of wasn't a lot of information. But there was a Donald Painter who had passed away about a month before we'd had that. When I put in Donald Painter in Gettysburg, his name came up, and he had passed away about a month before I had that experience. So I don't know if that was that Donald. It could have been. He sounded like he was intimidating her because I had been talking to her, and then all of a sudden she got quiet, and we heard this man's voice. So I tried to shoo him away. Hopefully we got rid of him because we don't want, if she was bothered by him in life, she doesn't need to be bothered by him in her afterlife. So we have some pictures so you can get a look at what she looked like. This is our Deborah Harmon. This is probably her high school photo, so it was probably taken in the 70s. Looks very 70s to me. Oh wow, this is new. These must be taken from her high school yearbook. I had not seen these. So I'll have to look at these later to find out which ones she wore. But she was 31. And evidently she didn't die here. She was taken to the hospital where she passed away. Now, interestingly enough, nobody's doing it right now, but we often get people who come here wearing plaid, like a flannel. Yeah. When they do wear flannel, for some reason they kind of get not so nice activity happening to them. They get scratched, they get poked. Every picture we have of Donald Painter, he's wearing flannel. He's wearing flannel. See, there's another picture of him also in flannel. And then, these are new. I'm really going to have to look at these.
So if I tell my mom to come and do this, do not wear.
No flannel, no flannel.
I'm gonna wear flannel next time.
So, according to this, the district attorney contended that Mr. Painter deliberately shot Miss Harmon with a .30-30 Winchester rifle in the apartment. So, yeah, there's a little bit of information. We used to have a picture of her gravestone, which has a picture of her on there, but do not have that any longer. But again, we know that she was shot in the kitchen, right by the kitchen door, and she pulled herself into the dining room.
Hello. My name is Xander. This is Megan.
Hello.
We're just here to talk. We just heard your story, and we're very sorry that happened to you. We understand why you would be here still. We're just here to talk. Deborah?
Listen, do you go by Deborah or Debbie?
Debbie. Deborah, are you here with us right now? You're playing a lot of music. Do you like music? I see you flickering that on the chair. Would you flick it some more for us, please? Can you make it go any higher than that?
Is this the dining room?
Deborah.
Oh, Deborah.
Are you here with us right now?
Is everybody in here?
Yes, ma'am.
You're very polite.
Manners, thank you.
Stop walking. Why? Why should I stop walking?
Do you not want us in the kitchen?
Deborah, are you here with us? If you are, could you do that again for us? Could you make it light up again for us, please? Who are we talking to? Is that you, Donald? Donald, if we're talking to you, could you light this up, please? Can you give us a sign that you're here? Can you turn this device up again like you did? Let's make sure it's not this. Oh, there's definitely none of that stuff. Get out again. Male
We will
voice.
soon. Sorry.
We got another 45 minutes. We paid good money for this. Yeah, I know.
It's wild, isn't it?
Was it an accident? He loved me
I'm sure he did.
so much. So was it an accident? We unfortunately did not get an answer to our query. We decided to return to the group where our guide had something to show us.
Yeah. Did you realize until later that that building was actually used as a field hospital during the battle? And then they kind of freaked out because it looked really scary. They closed the doors, and when they opened them up again, everything was perfectly normal. Yeah, so that's a heavily documented case that happened. Is it anything else?
So in the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
we got a tilt step when we stepped through the door,
Okay.
and then as we were in there, we asked, was it an accident or was it purposeful that he shot you? And we got a female voice that said, he loved me a lot.
Okay, that tracks. But that one just really, because, we all had to, once that was over, we all had to take a moment. Because that was a very difficult thing to hear. I mean, just the way that boy said, help me. He was clearly scared. He was, so she's like, do you see your mom? Go towards your mom. So she tried to give him some comfort on his way to the other side. But you just never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get when you come here. I've never heard a child here before, but we got that child in, like, both forms. So, I don't know what that's all about.
Well, he's a visitor.
I hope he's just a visitor. I don't like the idea of a child here without someone to help them. So, hopefully that's it. Are you guys ready to watch our evidence?
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of hanging around here. Alright. I'll leave the light off. We'll see how that works for us. So if you guys want to come on over and I'll show you. Now this is a non-functioning system right now. My understanding is that there was a power surge that knocked out our cameras, so they don't record right now. But we did get some evidence, so I'm going to show you some of my favorites. So let's do Glove Kitchen. Glove Kitchen, that's the first one I like to start off with. So this is an old system. It doesn't fast forward super easily, so I'm not going to try and fast forward it. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's going on here. So this clearly is the kitchen. A gentleman is going to walk by. He's going to stand over here. He's going to mess around with this area. I want you to pay attention to the pocket that his right hand would go into if he were to do that. He's got a pair of gloves sticking out, or one glove maybe. Watch that glove. Right here.
Oh.
Whoa.
See how that came out just a little bit?
Look at him, look at
And he's like, what the heck? Because he felt it. It's like,
Oh.
what the heck? So let me see if I can get that to go back a little bit so you can see that again.
Is that dust that comes in front of the camera?
Yeah, there's a lot of dust here, so we're always seeing what looks like orbs.
After it happened, it does it.
Oh, did you see it over there?
Yeah, watch.
Oh, okay, what are we doing here? It did not do what I wanted it to do. So let's go back and find that again. So I'll just show you the same one a second time so you know now what you're looking for, you know where to look. And I'm gonna look for that orb.
Yeah, it goes to the right and then goes to the left.
So there he is. Oh, I see a little bit of an orb there.
Just wait. Now wait right about now.
Oh
See
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Did you see it?
All right, yeah, I did. Okay. So there's that, but we have another view of the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's going to happen right here. So now you know where to look. One of our lead investigators, he's going to come over here and he's going to just kind of hang out for a minute and you'll see that other guy walk past him. So watch for the gloves. And again, you can get a better view of them just kind of coming halfway out, and then
Yeah.
isn't that something?
Yeah.
I also like kitchen door. This one is pretty cool. So you got a bunch of people here. This lady over here, she's gonna have a seat. She's gonna sit there and make herself comfortable. She's sitting there for a while. So they've got a flashlight over here. It's doing that whole where they loosen the battery compartment. The idea being it takes a simple touch to turn it on and off. So they're kind of talking and doing some stuff, and they're gonna see him try to get this flashlight to turn on. It will turn on. This kid's gonna kind of freak out. And once that happens, pay attention to the other side.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Now she gets up and out of the way because she thinks someone's coming in that building. She's been sitting there for some time. She was sitting there for at least a minute while we were watching that, right? If that had been something positional, something caused by the ways that people were moving, that would have happened long before then.
Yeah.
And it didn't. Yeah, she was kind of freaking out about that too. Yeah. All right. So the last one I'm going to show you is one that we call ectoplasm. So now, Chad, you were talking earlier about in your workspace you've seen dark, shadowy figures.
Right.
So I want you to keep in mind that what you're looking at, this is an infrared. So anything that looks white was actually black. So keep in mind, I want you to look over here and just kind of keep watching it. It's going to take a minute. Again, I can't really fast forward because if I do, it's going to go too far.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. Excuse my friend.
No worries, no worries.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that something?
It
It
just kinda hangs.
stays there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep. So that's what we've got for evidence. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Looking back at all the evidence, it was definitely a fairly active night, especially with all the things we caught on the spirit box. I genuinely can't wait to go on more ghost hunting adventures and to see what other evidence we could capture. I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. Please thumbs up and share if you can. And remember, my name is SashJo, and I will see you in the next adventures of Seekers & Co. Bye!